with, you're supposed to have a trusted tax preparer, right? You can always go to your tax preparer and ask those questions. That way you won't be led astray by something that you may have came across on Instagram or Facebook or whatever options you have on the internet, you know. And I always tell people, don't believe everything you read, especially when it comes from the internet. Because some people get worked up about things some people post, you know, and then they be calling, oh, well, such and such said, you know. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Did you hear from the IRS? Because I promise you, if it's in stone, the IRS knows about it.
When it comes to filings, some people go years without filing, and some people say, hey man, as long as you don't file, they won't garnish you, they can't get your money. But the minute you do file, after years of not filing, that's when they're gonna get you. What's the grace period when it comes to filing any taxes?
That is a total good question. That is, oh my God, so many people say that because they don't be worried about filing their taxes, and then they, you know, they get these when you do file, and then your taxes are delayed because now the IRS has sent that letter that says you need to file years such and such and such and such before we back. That is correct, you know, but usually on an individual tax return, you know, the regular 1040 that you file, normally the date for that is due by April 15th, right? They have filing extensions. If you can't file by that date and you request an automatic 6-month extension, you know, which moves your filing deadline to October 15th, right? To get it, you know, the extension, you know, a lot of people don't know you have to submit the form 4868, you know, by the original April deadline, okay? And it's important. This is an extension to file, not an extension to pay. A lot of people get that confused too. This is an extension to file, not an extension to pay, right? Any taxes owed are still due by April 15th, you know, to avoid interest and penalties, right? So, and then like the IRS may give a short grace period for mailed payments postmarked by the deadline, long as it has that postmark by that deadline for those affected by, you know, if you had a natural disaster or something like that going on. But generally payments after the due date begin to accrue interest right away, you know, when it comes to the IRS. So some taxpayers like military members, serving in combat zone or disaster area resident automatically receive extended filing and payment deadlines, you know, as well, you know. But the bottom line to everything, you can buy yourself some extra time to file, but not extra time to pay. You know, you file early, plan ahead, and if you're unsure, talk to your tax preparer.